Hey everyone, I got a really good one for us today. So a common complaint that we hear from homeowners is my AC is not blowing as cold as it used to, or I'm not getting good airflow. I put my hand up near the vent and I can barely feel anything. And some people automatically assume that it's a problem with their ductwork. Others automatically assume that they need refrigerant. And it's true, both of those things can cause weak airflow and reduced cooling. But there's another issue that we see all the time, and it's one that often gets overlooked. One of the most overlooked issues by technicians and one of the most ignored problems by homeowners is a dirty indoor coil. Most people never really get to see what's hiding inside that coil, and today we're going to get a chance to show you. I'm Rich Morgan with Magic Touch Mechanical and the Fireplace by Magic Touch in Mesa, Arizona. We brought a coil back to the shop so we could see what happens when we clean it, even a coil that looks spotless. So let's take a look at the coil before it was cleaned. We found a perfect one for this little demonstration. Yesterday we diagnosed a refrigerant leak in the indoor coil of a Lennox heat pump, and that meant that we had to remove it and replace it anyway. And since I've written several blog posts about dirty coils and how they affect airflow, cooling, and the air quality, I figured this would be a great chance to show you all what actually comes out of one when we clean it. The thing is that since these coils are typically tucked away in an attic or on a rooftop, most homeowners never really get a chance to see what they look like before and after outside of maybe some pictures. We go to the car wash, we get to enjoy a clean car at the end of it, and we can see it visibly. But with the dirty coil and the cleaning, you never really get to see the reward. When it's done right, you get to feel the difference with better airflow, colder air, and more comfort, but you don't usually get to see what you were breathing in before. When you do, I guarantee you'll want to get your coils cleaned. So I asked Sean, who's one of our lead technicians, to bring this one back when he replaced it. And before he did, I had him film a clip while he was still up on the roof. So you're going to get to hear him explain what the coil does, why keeping it clean matters, and what we're about to do. So let's go to Sean.
All right, today we're going to talk about the indoor coil just a little bit, what it is exactly, and a little bit about why it's important to keep it clean. Basically, all of the air in your home passes through this coil. It becomes warm in the coil or cold in the coil, depending on what you have your thermostat set at. If this gets dirty or impacted, it can cause a lot of issues. One of which, the blower motor pulling the air through the coil works a lot harder and decreases the longevity of the blower motor. Just as importantly though, the coil, when it's dirty or impacted, all of the air that you're breathing in your home is basically going through this coil all the time. It's being filtered through whatever's in there. So if it's super dirty, the air that you're breathing is super dirty. If we zoom in here, we can tell this particular coil just on the surface doesn't look particularly bad. But we're going to pull it out here in a minute, give it a good cleaning, and we'll see just what's inside of it and just how bad it is.
All right, so we heard Sean say that this coil looks pretty clean. It doesn't look particularly dirty on the outside, and that's worth pointing out and remembering when we go and clean this coil. So this coil actually came from a homeowner system that takes great care of her unit. She changes her filters regularly. She books routine maintenance regularly. She's basically a model homeowner with regards to the upkeep and care of her HVAC system. And that's exactly why this coil looks so clean at first glance. So here's the thing though, even coils that look clean can be hiding dirt, build up, bacteria deep inside the coil, inside those little fins that look like a radiator coil. And all of that dirt impacts airflow, it impacts the cooling performance and the air that you're breathing. So in just a minute, we're going to show you what we pulled out of this one and what comes out of a very well-maintained system. You're definitely going to want to see it, and make sure that you stick around to the end of the video because I have a bonus for you here that's going to instantly give you guys colder air, better airflow, a more efficient system starting today. All right, let's head back to the shop and see what this clean coil looks like on the inside.
We're back at the shop now. Brought the coil with us to get out of the unit. We wanted to get it back to the shop so we can get in the light and really have a good look at just how effective these coil cleaners can be. Even on a coil like this, where on the surface level it doesn't look particularly bad, these cleanings can be very effective. We're going to use the exact coil cleaning chemicals that we normally use on our service visits, and we'll see what the effect is. So the chemical has been setting for a few minutes now. Should be just about ready. This whole time it's been disinfecting it, pushing out the dirt, grabbing hold of everything, and now we just got to rinse it out, see what comes out and how we did. As you can see here, there's already a little bit of runoff without even adding the water. Quite a bit of discoloration in the water there. Everything that comes out of here, the stuff that's coming out of the air that you're breathing in your home.
All right, so we saw the dirt that came out of an exceptionally clean coil. And now I have a confession to make. We diagnosed that unit the day before Sean was up there to replace it, and we already knew what the coil looked like. We also knew that the coil had been cleaned less than a year ago. But we're in Phoenix, and we have some of the dustiest air in the country here. So I was pretty confident that we'd still pull enough dirt out of it to demonstrate what's inside a coil. I did it on purpose just to show how fast coils can get dirty here in Phoenix, what's on the inside of it, and what you're breathing. I'll tell you right now, after 38 years in the HVAC industry, most coils don't look that good. That was exceptionally clean. The reason is that client takes really good care of her system. But if you have pets, if you live near construction, who amongst us doesn't live near construction now, or pretty much anywhere in the valley, the chances are your coils don't look that clean. I can guarantee you that we can pull a lot more out of most coils than what we just did right here. That, again, very, very clean coil. And that's the real takeaway. Even if your system looks clean, even if you're a filter changing fanatic, there's still buildup inside that coil, and that buildup is going to reduce your airflow. It's going to cut down your efficiency. It's going to cost you cooling power, maybe a degree or two, which really matters on days like yesterday when it was 118 degrees. Wouldn't it have been nice if your air conditioner could have cooled down a degree or two or more because you had clean coils? The added benefit, the icing on the cake, if you will, in my opinion, is just breathing cleaner air. We all want to breathe clean air. We don't want to breathe muck. And that's what we're breathing when we breathe air that's been flowing through that dirty coil. So if it's been years or never since you've cleaned your coils, just do it. Again, I've seen some coils that were so bad they looked like a mudslide in a flood zone. You don't want to breathe that. The good news is that cleaning your indoor coils is going to produce better airflow, it's going to produce better efficiency, cleaner air, lower energy bills. What's not to love, right? So I promised you a bonus if you waited to the end of the video, and here it is. This is for my Phoenix watchers, my Phoenix area viewers. If you live anywhere within 35 miles of Mesa, Arizona, you're in our service area, and I've got something special for you. If you call us or book online for a coil clean, just say that Rich promised you 50% off the coil clean. It doesn't matter, indoor or out or both, take advantage of 50% off our regular price, and we don't play games. There's no markup there. We have printed prices. I'm going to take 50% off. We've been in business for 28 years here in the Valley. We're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. We do the right thing. If we don't, put me on blast online here. Put it down in the comments, but it's not going to happen. We're going to treat you right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. Stay cool out there, and we'll see you on the next one.